Peace to all the gods on earth. Welcome back again to Chance. Welcome back to Opportunity. It's your girl Mama Bambi, back again with another video. All right, so within this video today, I really want to talk about what we learned from Chief Nature Boy. All right, and it's like if you were the Christ conscious, right, and the Christ conscious is the consciousness is a level of awareness that one can be at, right? So to be the Christ conscious is to actually be at the highest level of awareness here on this earth plane of your mind. Okay, you have universal knowledge. You embody Aquarius energy somewhere within your chart, as well as Scorpio energy within your chart, because your mind is able to go deep, to dig deep. Okay, Scorpio energy is an energy that's able to just go deep. All right, especially if your Jupiter is in Scorpio or your Jupiter is in the eighth house, because Jupiter is the planet of expansion. Okay, the expansion of one's mind. Okay, so it's like your being, like if you have Jupiter in the eighth house of Scorpio, then the way your astrological energy is set up, it's like, okay, our brains are analogous to a computer. So you know how computer have a certain amount of space on it. Like some computers have a certain amount of megabytes, and the ones that have higher space will have like 1 terabyte, right? And 1 terabyte is a lot of space if you was to get like a iPhone or laptop, a desktop, right? And then they have computers with 2 terabytes and even more. So with your Jupiter being a Scorpio or the eighth house, then the amount of information that you're able to absorb is limitless. Okay, it's like straight limitless. Okay, but other placements within your chart, like I'll say Jupiter and oh, okay, excuse me, Jupiter and like Virgo, but it all depends on the house and other placements, right? Because we have the energy you embody, and then the house is where things is taking place. So even if you do have Jupiter in Virgo, if you have another placement in that, like Sagittarius or Scorpio, or you know what I'm saying, or if you're on the cusp pulling in Scorpio or Sag energy or whatever, that helps it. All right. So this video, right, I want to talk about how, okay, so back to if you are the Christ conscious, right? When we first came across Chief Nature Boy, now the amount of information we got is like a ton of information, right? And if you hear something and you don't fully understand certain things, right? All right. So basically what I was saying is, like for us children of God, right? The universe is like giving us time to gain the experience that we need. Okay, this is a process, like everything is happening simultaneously. So it's the time where you like need to prepare. You understand what I mean? Like if you haven't already retrieved your passport, you know, setting up an appointment to go to the post office, get your passport. This is the time where you're healing, where you're developing, you understand? And there are certain individuals that have to get certain experiences, all right, for them to become the person that they need to become. You understand? Like for myself with Aries energy have to experience things. We have to realize things, like Chief say, feeling is knowing. So Aries energy is one energy is that we could be a little stubborn. Okay, like we don't like to be told what to do, you know. So it's like you can tell us something, right? And with my energy, certain things, you can tell me something and then I'm be looking like, okay, I'm the type of energy that will have to bump my head and experience certain things, you know. But I'm an intellectual, so it's like I want a person to perceive that the wrong way. Let me see. We just don't like to be told what to do. So basically, you, right, placed yourself in certain settings which are also, you can call simulations, to get the experience that you need. All right. You should never point the finger at another person. All right. Because life is truly a mirror. A mirror. Okay. You projecting out your reality. These eyes are projectors. So everything that you see is a reflection of you. Right. Okay. So you can either choose to be in your higher self or your lower self. Okay. So the person that you see is really just another version of yourself in parallel universes on a different frequency as you, vibrating on a different frequency. Now, if you're around another individual and you see them, you can see that, you clearly see that they're vibrating on a different frequency. That still is you. Okay, life is a mirror. So once you're consciously aware of that, you will have enough common sense and logic to disconnect from what no longer serve you, your spiritual growth. You understand? And so when we learn from Chief, when we learned that when you point the finger, you're missing a point. Yeah, you truly are missing a point, because you place yourself in that simulation to show you something about yourself, to collect whatever you need from that environment to make you a better person. You understand? It all depends on the individual. Like I can be transparent with y'all with me. Now, I have Sun, Moon, and Mercury in Cancer. And then, right, Moon and Cancer in the 8th house. That's water energy. That's subjective energy. That's feminine energy. That's the energy of nurse and nurturing. All those. And now it has, I would say, with certain energy, it's pros and cons to certain energy. Like, right. So I'm grateful for all the energy, astrological energy that I have embodied. But with one of the cons within having all that Cancer in my Sun, Moon, and Mercury is that I forget the point where I was trying to make. With all of that, right, is, hold up. Okay, I remember what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, with all that being said, like with me having that Sun, Moon, and Mercury in Cancer, is that I can, if I'm going through something, and with Moon being in Scorpio, if I'm going through something, or when I went through, mainly in my 20s, is I was shut down. So that's what water energy do. When they're going through something, they shut down. All right. And with it being in Scorpio, I can consciously hide how I feel. So I was shut down and hold everything in. All right. So that's not good. So with me, it all depends on your astrological energy and what you need. You place yourself in certain simulations for you to grow as an individual. All right. So for you, it would be a little bit, if we have similar energy, all right, or very similar or similar energy, then you can relate, you know. And it all depends on your energy. So you placing yourself in certain simulations for you to grow as a person, right? So with me, I noticed over the years where I'm placing myself in certain simulations to get me. I remember it was one day Chief said to me, it was like he was like basically asking me a question, and I basically was like, you know what I'm saying? And he was said that it's like pulling teeth. Like basically, that's how my energy was in the past. It's like you have to pull things out of me. You have to pull things out of me. You know, like I'll stay silent. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like quiet. Um, for a lot of different reasons. Sometimes I would stay quiet, to mainly because I hold 3 planets in Libra. So Libra is by peace, harmony, and balance. So I don't like being confrontational. You know, so it's like I'm Aries and Libra. So it's like, okay, let me stay. If I let me stay quiet to keep the peace, because if I open up my mouth, it's gonna be aggressive. It's gonna be disruptive. You know, I'm gonna start an argument. You understand? And and then so over the years, I've been kind of struggling with just finding the balance. It's like either I'm quiet or I'm super lit and turned up, like in your face, on from 0 to 100. That's my energy. So it's like with me, it's like, okay, finding balance and just staying calm and articulating myself without getting all hype. You know what I'm saying? So my lower selves go to the extreme. I'm like at the more high vibrational of the confrontation. You know what I'm saying? Like I will cut you with my words. Other lower, like my lower selves, they would get physical. You know what I'm saying? In a violent, bad way. You know. All right. So yeah, I done already said that in my other videos. Is my situations was communication, right, and being kind of transparent and authentic at all times. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So basically, one thing that I wanted to say, right? The whole thing of me saying all of this energy, all of this, not all of this energy, but me saying all of this stuff that I was saying, right? This video was on one mind, oneself. Okay. So we broke ourselves up into many pieces to experience ourselves subjectively. Okay. The age of Aquarius for all of us to come together. Okay, we are different pieces of each other. We are all interdependent. We are all codependent. We all need each other. We all have specific roles here in the body of God that we play. All right, it's one mind, one self. Just like you see this body, our body is made up of trillions of cells that make up the human body. The heart, the lungs, the liver all have different functions. They are all the same in value, but they all have different functions. And if the heart stops working, you transition. The lungs is very important, right? Kidney. If your kidneys give out, that's kidney failure. You'll pass away. So the kidneys is just as important as the heart. All right. So there's one mind, one self. Okay. And with me, I'm gonna make a part two. All right. Should I make a part two? No, I'm gonna just put this on. I put this on YouTube because on Instagram it won't allow me to make long videos. You know. Now I'm just gonna put this on YouTube, and I think I can put it on Facebook. All right. So I'm gonna just keep talking. So all right. Yeah, I'm gonna just keep talking. I was just trying to decide if I should just want to put it on Instagram, make the video short, or put it on YouTube. I'm gonna just keep talking. All right. So yeah, as you going along, right, on your spiritual journey, you'll place yourself in certain simulations to have better understanding. Okay, if that's a part of your astrological programming. Okay, it just have to. It's something that has to be within you. It has to be a part of your aspects of your mind. You understand what I mean? Like, if a person don't have none of the aspects that say that they're interested in astrology or into occult knowledge, then that person astrological energy isn't going to lead them to astrology videos. The astrological energy isn't going to lead them to Chief Nature Boy. Okay, if you are the type of individual that is curious and want to know more about melanin, okay, your astrological energy is going to lead you to Chief. Okay, that just have to be aspects of your mind. You understand? It just have to be. Like, I can't force certain individuals to say, I can't force it on people. And like, people just, let's just say a certain people I know or the neighbor next door and be like, hey, are you into astrology? Do you have your birth chart? And try to force it on them because that's not a part of the aspect of their mind. You understand? You can't, it has to be something that's just within you, that's lying dormant. And once it's activated, you activate it. You understand what I mean? Like, seriously. So, with all that being said, right? So with me, you can say that I've somewhat been on the sideline, and I'm somewhat, well, mainly been over the past few years from 2017 to present, somewhat been a little bit, I probably can come across as some people would say a little bit on the introverted side. My natural astrological energy is I'm really not an introvert, and I've been, everything's happening simultaneously. So I've been playing out certain demons within my chart, right? Certain debilitations, been healing, been developing, growing, being placed in different simulations to get that experience so I can understand better, right? Everything's happening simultaneously at the same time. Rewatching videos, taking notes, you understand, getting better understanding, practicing on articulating myself better, you know what I'm saying, getting details to stuff because Aries energy miss details. You understand? Everything is happening simultaneously and everything is lining up the way that it's supposed to line up. Okay. What else? So with me, just like with you, people, you're not gonna understand nothing. Like, how do you know stuff? Through your life experiences. If I have not experienced certain things, I would not know. You understand? If I have never seen a UFO before, I probably would not believe in UFOs, okay? In person and in my dreams, okay? You do not know stuff if you have not experienced it, okay? And it's just like certain things, if you experience something brand new for the first time, okay, and you like, and you know other people have not experienced it, you can't go to another person and tell them about it because they're going to look at you like you crazy. I will look crazy to a crazy person, right? So, over the past few years, I've been having certain experiences to make me understand, right, the knowledge even more, you know? So it's like at first when she talk about we're the same in parallel universes and and what else? What else? It's a lot of different things. Like, okay, one mind, oneself. So that right there, right? With me just, okay, you can say me being on the sideline and me actually staying in tune, right? Like Mama Bambi's been quiet, right? Been somewhat quiet and been just observing, you know, and I'm like, yeah. So yeah, like I said, I was just been observing. And I'll say about, I'll go back like 2 years. It's been almost 2 years. So, as you all can see, who's been following me, that we learned about the three C's, right? And one of them is being consistent. And that's one thing that I have not been doing is being consistent lately. For the past, I'll say 2, 3 months, I've been getting better with being consistent. You know, like I see an improvement, so I'm proud of myself. I don't need a person to tell me that they're proud of me. I'm proud of myself. And I know that I can get better, but I know that I'm better than I was last year. Facts. Okay. So, all right. So basically what I wanted to say, right, is okay, so yeah, this is basically what I want to say, right? So about almost 2 years ago, so it was plenty of times when I wanted to do a video. Like, okay, I was thinking about, like, of course, before you do a video, you think about what you want to talk about, right? Duh. Okay, so it was plenty of times um when I had the thought, not the thought, but what I wanted to talk about, right? The five sciences, of course. And then so I don't know what happened that day. I don't know if I got distracted with just, you know what I'm saying, my other responsibilities, right? And of course, I know that proclaiming the kingdom of God is supposed to be at the top priority. Okay, I'm consciously aware of that, right? I know that the kingdom of God comes first, right? So within that time, about almost 2 years ago, so I had in my mind what I wanted to talk about, and somehow I didn't do the video that day for, it was a whole bunch of different reasons why I was not consistent with doing videos every single day, or at least every other day. Okay, I had a whole bunch of different excuses. That's all they were excuses. Okay, but at that time I was still healing. I was going through things, so I'm like, I take full accountability for my actions. I do, but at the same time, I'm able to sit back later on and be introspective and reevaluate myself and understand why I was acting the way that I was acting in those moments. You understand? So the point where I'm trying to make with all of this, let me get to the point, is that later on that day when I was going to watch my higher sales videos, like they, you know what I'm saying, like Chief or other reflections of mine, my higher selves, was doing the videos that I was thinking about. Okay, so one thing about my astrological energy is mainly in my 20s, like not even just in my 20s, but for I can't even think of, like, I'll say mainly my 20s is, I can really go far back as my 20s. Yeah, is that is that I would think things, but I wouldn't act out on my thoughts. Okay, like facts. Like I would have, I would think things. Like my strongest element is air, so I would think things, and but this always been this stagnant energy to where I would not act on what I was thinking. Okay, and it was stagnant energy, And it was the reason why I didn't act on things is I would say some of the stuff was fear. Mm, yeah. Yeah, I would say it was fear. It was me being a little shy, me being a little uncomfortable to truly be myself. Yeah. Um hmm. Yeah, that's basically it. Just feeling uncomfortable to be myself, around other people. So yeah, that was my thing mainly in my 20s. And I've been placing myself in certain simulations and around certain people, right? Scorpio energy is very transforming energy. It transforms you, right? So just me being placed in certain situations to where certain things will happen, and it's only for me to really just to for me to open up, or for me to fully be myself. Or I'll have certain situations where things would trigger me, and then it would just be like, enough of this shit. Like one of the videos I did, I was like, people got me all the way fucked up. Like, hold up, let me stop suppressing my shit so people can truly know all of my energy. You know, like a lot of people have like misinterpret me. Okay, and it's not their fault, it's my fault. I'm fully aware of that. My Neptune is in the first house. You understand what I mean? I go most of my whole life not truly knowing who I am, trying to figure myself out. You understand? And then another thing with with Neptune being in the first house, and anyone that have Neptune in the first house can relate. With Neptune in the first house, it's kind of similar to having a Pisces rising, and that's a rare type of energy. Okay, even though I'm a Sagittarius rising, Neptune in the first house is like, because Neptune is ruled by Pisces, right? Okay, so yeah, so let's see. So one mind oneself is basically the whole reason. Like, I was in the kitchen cooking, and I just started having, like, I constantly have a lot of thoughts, like lots of thoughts. And then so I'm strong in fire and I'm strong in air, and I have to stay grounded, right? And I'm gonna be all the way transparent with y'all. It's difficult for me to stay focused. It's difficult. It's not funny. I don't mean to laugh. It's not, it's really not funny. But really have a difficult time staying focused. You understand? Because I constantly have thoughts, right? And then I have Aries energy and Mercury in Aries, so I can move fast. I can get a lot of things done real fast if I focus my mind, you know? And that's the thing that kind of gets to me sometimes. And then when I have a whole bunch of thoughts, and then I have a whole bunch of responsibilities and things that I know I need to do or have to do, want to do and need to do, um, then I start to have anxiety. Then I'll start to have anxiety. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you know. All right. So that's why it's important for you all to know yourself for real. Because I know myself really well, right? Or at least I think I know myself pretty well. Like, I know about 90% of my birth chart by heart. Like, almost all of my almost all of my aspects by heart. Right. Of course I read all of them, but like if you was to verbally ask me, I can really tell you most of my aspects by heart, most of my degrees by heart, all of my houses by heart, all of the energy that I embody from each planet. I know all of that by heart. You know, um, yeah. So that's why it's important for you all to know yourself, because one reason with my Mercury placement, I have really good Mercury angels. Mercury trine Uranus. Mercury trine Uranus helped me out tremendously. I'm very grateful for that aspect, because if I didn't have that aspect, I wouldn't even be online right now. I wouldn't be online. I would be doing some dumb shit, you know. So but my Mercury energy that I have embodied is, I'm an Aries, so I like talking about myself. So I'm just letting my energy flow. So Mercury, right? And within this video, y'all learning something too. So with Mercury, Mercury is the planet of communication, of intellectualizing things, right? How we process information, how we talk. So with my Mercury being in Aries, if you have Mercury in Aries, you can talk really fast, right? Okay, you can be impulsive, impatient. Oh my gosh, impatient. And but it's at 2 degrees, so I'm pulling in Pisces energy, right? You pulling in with me pulling in Pisces energy within my Mercury, that's considered a debilitation. And then it's in the fourth house. Okay, that's not the best placement. So my Mercury placement isn't the best. I have the best Mars placement, which is exalted. Okay, so that is a blessing. That helps me out. Mars and Libra in the 10th house is exalted. Okay. Mercury, if your Mercury is in Pisces, in any water sign, it's not the best placement. If it's in any fire sign, that's not the best placements. Mercury prefers to be in air or earth. It does very well in air or earth. Okay. I admire y'all like so much because with me being a rising Sagittarius, my descendant is in Gemini. So that is the type of people that I admire and I attract to, Gemini type energy, right? Y'all just have a way with y'all words, y'all good writers, y'all good communicators, all that stuff. So with me, with all that being said, with me having Mercury, with me having that placement of Mercury pulling in Pisces and then Cancer energy within my Mercury, and me being weak in Earth, right? That's why when I do videos, I like to have some type of props. I take notes to keep my mind focus. And Aries energy, I'm able to focus on what I want to say as well. But that also helped me keep my mind focused on specifically what I want to do the video about. Because if I don't have notes, I will go about a whole bunch of different things, right? And yeah. And then at the end of the video, we talk about, I'm like, and then I've done this so many times and I was like, how the heck did I start talking about that? You know, I just be going, because if I say something, then it bring me to another thought or memory from back then. And then I start talking and like that. So, yeah. So, yeah, it's one mind, oneself. Okay. So back to that one mind, oneself is, if you are the Christ conscious, it's one mind, oneself. All right. Everything is, we are a fractal, everything is fractal in the universe. We are a fractal piece of the all. Okay. So we are, okay, so the human body is made of, I'm going to go into another video, right? Because this is getting long. Let me see. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about that. I'm gonna do a separate video about biology and go into details about that. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna do a separate video on biology. So okay, so this is what I want to say, right? So with me just observing, sitting back and observing certain things, and I'm just like, whoa, like, okay, I'm somewhat of a private person. So y'all don't be knowing what's going on behind the scenes, but just me observing and we're like, oh my goodness, I said I was gonna do that video. Like it was one time when Chief did, this was almost 2 years ago when he did a video on the holographic universe. That same day I said I wanted to do it, I was gonna do a video on holographic universe. You know, it's one mind, oneself is basically what I want to say with this, wrapped up with this whole video. And there was other things that I was like observing to where I'm not gonna go into details, okay, because I've been staying in tune. I've just been quiet. And I would observe things and I'm like, whoa, like the same, we're the same. We are the same, like same mind, like when it comes to certain actions, the same. You know, I've been kind of like, haven't really been communicating. I know communicating with really just a little bit, certain people, like a little bit, not really, kind of, you know, because it's just certain things that I'm just like, I'm a private person. So, you know, it's just certain things that I'm handling or working on, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So basically, I'll go into details more about it later, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, so it's just like basically I was saying, like the children of God, like we place in certain simulations because it's the time where we of course preparing, growing, developing, learning, right? It's, you know, we are, everything's happening simultaneously. So we're like developing and growing and to be the person that we came here to be. You understand? Like for anyone that has certain type of demons that's playing out, and for you to get over these generational curses, to not continue to perpetuate these generational curses. Um, and it was something else I wanted to say. Oh yeah, and to face yourself, you know, and to face yourself and not run from yourself, to face your demons, like to face your demons. I said that, to face yourself, like, you understand, like we're a program. You can't run from yourself. Wherever you go, there you are. you are going to give yourself, if you place in a certain simulation and you running from that simulation, you can't run from yourself. You got to deal face with yourself, with your demons. So you gonna be in a different setting, right? Different simulations with different people, but it's going to be like the same scenario, just in a different form. You understand? So yeah, and I'm consciously aware of that. Um, yeah, I'm consciously aware of that. So whatever whatever setting that I'm in, I'm able to benefit. We both. One thing about my energy is when I come into contact with people, it's like an even exchange of, like, when it comes to, I'll say, when it comes to growth or just benefits, right? It's a balance. Or even if at first it's not quite a balance, it's like, if I'm placed in a simulation, I'm benefiting. Okay, of course, because we're growing. You know what I'm saying? Everyone is there to be a catalyst to your growth, right? A catalyst to your growth. Excuse myself, and then vice versa. You are there to be a catalyst to their growth. So the other person is benefiting as well. We're all here to be a catalyst to each other growth. You understand? And so, yeah, it is one mind, oneself, and anyone that is not on the same Christ conscious thought frequency, um, don't even need to be here. You understand? Like, what type of cell are you here in the body of God? Right? What type of cell are you? Are you a cancer cell? If you're a cancer cell, you don't need to be here. Okay. Are you an immune system cell? Are you a neuron cell? I'm a neuron cell, right? I am an immune system cell. I am the white blood cell here in the body of God. I am here to fight off infections within my body. I'm determined to get rid of any infections that's in this fucking body, right? And yeah, cut off what no longer serve you. Like I said before, we're everything's happening simultaneously. You understand? I think that's it. This video was longer than I expected. You know, yeah. So, peace to all the guys on earth. I love myself. If y'all have any questions, leave a comment down below. You like the video, go on and hit like. Okay. Peace to all the guys.